Hey y'all, it's Danielle from Black Business Boom and Black Owned Nashville, and we are live with my friend Anthony Lofties, who is doing amazing things here in Nashville, and I'm just loving to see the growth. But we are coming to you live today to talk about the new reality show that Anthony is producing that's going to show the world a different side of Nashville. So I'm excited to learn about what that means. Welcome, Anthony. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Fabulous. Looking forward to the weekend.
Girl, I
Well,
really wish you could see what's going on because it's literally something above my head right now.
I love it, but that's all good. I love it. Let's talk about the reality show. What made you decide that you wanted to create your own show?
Okay, so when I first moved to Nashville, it was really about 10 years ago. I said it in a meeting, but I really wanted to learn the industry because a lot of my friends actually work in the industry when it comes to doing reality TV. But the biggest thing was, I can't give out too many names, especially when it comes to networks, but I was on a phone call one day and it was a rumor a while ago about a TV show coming to Nashville.
I
I
remember.
knew it, I knew it wasn't coming though, but it's what I heard from that conversation. And my friend worked for that executive producer, and I guarantee you it's a show that we all have watched before. And I remember when he reached out to them, said, "So is it gonna be blank, 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 blank Nashville?" I'm gonna let y'all decide on what those four words gonna be. So they give you a hint. So the conversation basically ended with everyone laughing, saying, "Why would we go to Nashville? Are there even any black people in Nashville?" And I'm like,
It's a valid
"Oh
question.
wow." So I'm like, okay, so let me go ahead and put a reality show together that shows the black side of Nashville. Because when you hear Nashville, the first thing you think of is country music. And I'm like, there is a black side of Nashville. You just don't get to see it. And me and my coworker, we had a conversation yesterday, and she said that she loved how the brunches are in Nashville. She said it's more conservative, kind of quiet. And I said every state is different. If you go to Atlanta, hip hop,
Turn up.
everyone dancing around, they turning up, they lit in there. So if you go to DC, it's very fashionable.
Mm.
So that's why I said I want to show that black side of Nashville. Now,
Yeah, yeah. We
I've
got some
been getting,
interesting things going on here in
we
Nashville.
do,
It is. I think people deserve to see it.
they do. And I will say this, girl, when I uploaded that flyer, the submissions that I was getting, Daniel, it's this one person. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. There's gonna be a conversation off the line because I'm gonna say this: that person had the other producer's mouth on the floor just because we couldn't believe what they were saying. But
Okay.
it's entertainment, and one thing I wanted people to know is that this reality show isn't going to be a bad girls club, bad boys club. I'm not
Hmm.
doing all of that drama, which we know drama does sell.
Hmm.
Now, if we have a little small part of drama, but you know what make the show really good? Like for example, Love and Marriage Huntsville. With
Hmm.
it being so small, everyone's business got out.
Hmm.
So I'm not doing. It's not scripted. Everything is real. So
Okay.
if you know that you're camera shy, this is not for you. And for example, I received a few submissions and I was listening to it because when it comes to production, they're gonna find out if you're telling the truth or not.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
remember it was one submission that I got. I'm looking like, okay. So you're leaving out the part where the person died.
No. Oh
So
God.
you're skipping stories, and it took a team to hand me over the paperwork. Say, look at it. Okay.
So are you all still casting?
Yes. So what happened with that was when I uploaded the flyer, basically I would probably say a day or two after that, my account, all of my social media platforms was hacked. They took away my telephone number. They took away my email address. Like even the account, the emails that was attached to it, all were deleted. So I was basically fighting for almost a month just to get my social media stuff back. It was hard to verify. That's why I understand now when you post in a group, say, be careful what you post because it
Hmm.
will basically make the group not exist anymore.
Hmm.
And it was so hard to fight to get that profile back. I created a backup account just in case. But
Hmm.
after I posted that flyer, like my DM blew up. but
Mm.
everything wasn't good. I was getting messages from people saying, "Why is this show only about black people? Why not cast Caucasian and Hispanic people? We can make a good show too."
Y'all
Now,
got shows.
the Anthony that really wanted to come out to say, okay, when y'all filmed the show Nashville, did you show the culture on that side? When you
Exactly.
filmed the Housewives of, it was like a Housewives of Nashville, did you
Mm-hmm.
show the black side? No, you did not. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
list goes on. So can we not have like one thing?
We're
Let us
we're gonna
have something.
always get that, and we can't worry about it. We just gonna keep
Right.
on making sure we move the culture forward. So
You
I
right.
love what you're doing. So, but you have casted some folks.
So I have two people already selected for it, okay? I
Okay.
have to get at least 3 to 4 more. But what I'm
Okay.
looking for, I need that professional side. Like,
Mm.
if I'm looking at you, like, it's so easy for us to think that everyone has it together, but you really don't know what's going on in the inside. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone who doesn't mind showing that it's okay to go to therapy.
Mm.
So, like, I'm going to be on the first season, okay? I'm gonna bring a little bit, but I feel like what I've went through and certain people that I've dated or whatever, I have to bring in the views with that. So,
Okay, that
I
should be
mean,
interesting, Anthony.
and I wanted so many people to know this is not an LGBTQ project because so
Mhm.
many people thought it was just only about the LGBTQ. I'm like, no, it's really not even focused on that, to be honest. It was
But it's a
focused
part of
on,
life, so
it
it's
is.
nice to include it and
Mm-hmm.
and to be inclusive for sure. I love it. So tell me, who is your ideal candidate if they're tuned in and they, are like, okay, I've thought about being on a reality show. Who is the ideal person who should reach out to you about this opportunity?
It's really just anyone that's relatable.
Hmm.
I don't want you getting on this show thinking, okay, I'm gonna come down here and shut down all of the black owned businesses because trust me, I had some submissions where people were talking bad about other black owned businesses. And I'm like, why would you want to do that? Like doctors trying to tear down other black doctors. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like those submissions, that's what I don't want.
Okay.
I want to see the average family where it's a single mother going to
Hmm.
going to school. Basically, you have your everyday life and you're focused on that. People
How
that doesn't
much of
mind.
their life do they have to be willing to share? Because I know that's a lot of people's apprehension when it comes to reality TV. Like I know you said that you don't want the drama, and I know that's a,
Hmm.
a concern as well. Some
Hmm.
people are like, I'm not trying to deal with all that foolishness, but some other folks just are very private,
Hmm.
or not very private, but are very concerned about a whole lot of their life being shown. So tell me a little bit about like how
I'm gonna say
much
this.
they have to be comfortable.
In the words of Tammy Roman, the camera can only use what you give it.
Mm, okay.
So if you come on this show and you're feeding us nothing but drama, that's what we're going to use. So you can't sit up here and say, "Oh, it was production; they edit that way." No, the camera can only use what you give it. And if you play into it, that means that's what your everyone is going to look at you as. That's your demeanor. You're going to nurture that persona. Don't put yourself in a situation that's not conducive to having a happy ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I always tell people when you get on reality TV, do something that's going to make you be booked from the show. That's going to make you bring in revenue. Don't try to come on as the villain.
Mm,
And a lot of people don't understand that I'm giving people access to where they can basically create their own scenes. If
mm.
there's something that you want to show, then that's fine. Like, let us know 2 weeks in advance so we can get everything set up properly. Like, I have so many black owned businesses that reached out to me saying, hey, we don't mind you coming to film here.
That's
Um,
great.
Personal trainers that I'm going to use to incorporate far as like B-roll. You know how like reality TV works. We're working
Yeah,
out, then a
yeah.
friend come in, and then we have ad placements. And what I'm getting ready to do is like far as like Money Mills from 101.1 to Beat. She just started
Mm,
her new podcast. Got her included to come on and um advertise her podcast where you have maybe a cast member, people with domestic violence organizations have reached out. So it's like I'm
mm,
setting up the scenes as we go. So next week, I'm actually going to start going to the Black-owned businesses just to look at the location, just to let them know, like, okay, if this is an area that we could film it.
I love it. I love it. I love, of course, that you're including the local Black-owned businesses and
Yes.
giving them a platform to showcase what they're doing in
And
very
one step
creative
further,
ways. Okay.
I'm doing local music.
That's great. Because,
If
of
you're an
course,
artist in Nashville, I'm using you.
that is beautiful. A lot of folks just need a platform and just
Mm,
need, people to hear and see them to get on. And so I just love that you're using this opportunity to help other people and it to not just be about, like you said, the drama and
yeah.
and all that. And I mean, I feel like as we think about who are good cast members, like I said, some people are like, you know what, I don't have a lot going on. Would I like me? Somebody approached me about a reality show. I was like, girl, I'll be at this house all day. It ain't like you gonna see me playing with the dog. It's not gonna be that
Mm.
exciting. So what type of like is you looking for social butterflies, folks that are out and
I'm
about?
looking for all of it.
Okay.
Like that's why you want to have a diverse cast. You want to
Mm-hmm.
have that person that's used to just being a homebody. Because guess
Mm-hmm.
what? When you have someone like that, and then you have someone that like to go out all the time, that's two people who's bound to have a conversation. Like, why do you do this? Okay, why do you do that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's all about how you handle yourself on camera.
Okay.
Are you gonna give me
Okay.
class, or are you gonna give me ratchet and let's go? Which one are you gonna be? So
Okay.
I don't want anyone thinking that okay, I'm just a quiet person. Guess what? You still have a life. You breathing, right? So there's something special about you. That's why you're here. Because there's
That's
always
true.
somebody out there that can relate to you. Okay, I'm not a going out person, but guess what? I'm gonna work and get my money like everyone else. So
Yeah, I love it. I love you said the people who are relatable. I think I love that, and we need to see more of that because sometimes when you do look at the reality shows, you're like, I mean, this is so far fetched. Like it's
mhm.
so far from my reality that I can't relate to it at all. So I love
Right.
seeing real relatable people, that we can even learn from, and learn more about the interesting things that they're doing. So if there's someone who's tuned in and they're interested in being casted or they're interested in, you come into their business or they're a music artist and they want to be featured on the show, what's the best way for them to contact you?
The best way that you can get in contact with me will be either on Instagram, Facebook, or by email. Instagram and Facebook is my first and last name, Anthony Lofties. That's my name on all my platforms. And if you want to contact me through email, it's altriobusiness@gmail.com.
Fantastic. I'm super excited about this,
You.
Anthony. You got a lot of stuff going on though. So while we got you, what else is going on? What other moves are you making here in Nashville?
Well, I released my underwear and swimwear line last year in December. I have that going. Um, I'm really on the edge of really kind of letting it go a little bit. But like I say, you will. Here, I'm getting messages right now while we're on the thing. So, um, you'll kind of see that play out through the show.
Okay.
Where I think a lot of people don't understand. They think it's so easy to see people that's in the front all the time. And to be honest,
Mhm.
I struggle with social anxiety. I hate being in large crowds, but I force myself to do it.
Mm.
And I went through a situation where one of my best friends died, and they was gone for almost a week and a half, and I did not know. And you're gonna see that play out through the show. And that was one
Mm.
of my biggest supporters when it came to my business. And basically, I'm at a
Mm.
place where I kind of want to stop everything. I've already stopped the music, and which I can't tell y'all too much because I feel like I'm giving you too much.
Yeah,
But
we ain't gonna
I'm just
say
saying
yeah,
you will
but
see it. You will see it. But that just
okay.
shows you how it is. Like we have all these accomplishments, and I feel that sometimes success it can be good, but it also can be your biggest downfall.
I mean, it's a struggle. It's a
Hmm.
struggle. I believe me, I certainly understand. And I told somebody yesterday, I was like, I'm tired of thinking. I was like just exhausted. And it was in the morning. I had just got up and I was tired of thinking. I was like, I don't want to be asked another question today. So there are a lot of ups and downs, and I think that's an important thing to be transparent about and for people to really see. So I love that we'll be able to see more about your story and things that you've gone through, as well as seeing, other people's stories, because again, we can relate to it. I've had a best friend that passed away. Like, I've dealt with that. It had a huge impact on me. It still does, so there are people who will be tuning in that certainly understand, empathize, sympathize with you, but you never know how you being transparent about your journey can really impact someone else that's going through something. So I look forward to really seeing more on the show. Make sure you keep us posted.
I
We're
sure
excited
will.
to see it coming. And then also, if you are tuned in and you're interested in being casted on the show, showcasing your business, showcasing your music, make sure you reach out. Anthony Lofties on Instagram as well as on Facebook. And then is it Altrio
Yeah, Altrio
Business?
Entertainment. Yeah, Altrio
Okay,
Business. Yeah.
business at gmail.com. Right. All right.
Girl,
Fantastic.
you don't
I
under,
love it.
girl. This
It's a
light is
lot.
burning my head. This is what you have to deal with in confessionals, and people don't understand that. Like, the lights, it's
It's a
a
lot.
lot. It's like
I
literally
know.
one, two, three lights on my head right now.
It's gonna be good though. It's gonna
So
be worth
it's gonna
it.
be
I
worth it.
love it. Well, thank you so much for joining
Thank
me,
you for
Anthony. It was,
having
of
me.
course, amazing to have you. I am just really inspired, as always, by you and the work that you're doing. And also, since the day I met you, you have shown your commitment to supporting Black-owned businesses, and that's something that I truly appreciate, and the Black business community here in Nashville appreciates as well. So we wish you all the best, and keep
Thank
us
you.
posted on the show.
Will